What if your customers are trying to find your business online, but instead of finding you, they find your competitors? Now, more than ever, it's time to make sure you have the right SEO to make your business stand out online. Welcome to Go Mind Your Business with Terri Bork, presented by Extreme Marketing Concepts, putting your business in front of the hungry herd of buyers who are looking for you right now. Extreme Marketing Concepts, helping you drive more traffic, dominate the market, and crush your competition. And now, here's Terri.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Go Mind Your Business. My name is Terri Bork, and I am super excited to be with you today. I am so glad you decided to join us. It is December, and we're getting into this holiday season, and I hope yours is wonderful and it's going along great. I have with me a really great guest. I met her at NAMS, and I am so impressed with her, and I'm so excited that I was able to get her on our program today. Her name is Kristen Joy. Please help me welcome Kristen Joy. Hi, Kristen.
Hi, Terri. It's good to be here.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Of course.
Awesome. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about Kristen, and then we'll get into some really tough questions and learn all about her. So Kristen Joy, she is the book ninja. She is a highly sought-after publishing authority. She's a multi-best-selling author and award-winning international speaker who started over 50 publishing companies, and she's published over 200 books and ebooks, and that's very impressive to me. And in fall 2013, she challenged herself to write and publish a new Kindle book every week for 18 weeks straight. And then she went on to create exclusive Kindle challenges, 30-day challenge, so it's really cool. She's consulted and coached dozens of authors, including Felicia Slattery and Guy Kawasaki, Dr. David Sutherland, Bob the Teacher Jenkins, Nicole Dean, Carrie Wilkerson, Paul Evans, and so many more. So I'm so excited again. So impressive to have you, Kristen. Thank you for being with us again.
Thank you, Terri.
Yeah. So, you know, I know that you have a really unique story that you got started when you were a little girl in books. Can tell me a little bit about that?
Well, in business, actually.
In business.
I was 6 years old, and I realized that pet rocks were all the rage. So my friends are spending $2, $3 on rocks, and I thought, well, why can't I just pull rocks out of the driveway, draw faces on them with Sharpie markers, and sell them to my friends? And I did. And the funny part of this story is, knowing what I know now, my dad actually shut me down, and his excuse was that he only had so many rocks in the driveway. I think he thought I was giving them away or something, because later on in life, when I discovered an entire bag of the same kind of gravel I was giving away, it's $3.50, my ROI was through the roof. And if I had been smart enough or known enough to come to him with that, I mean, that would have been hilarious.
Oh my gosh, that's a brilliant story. How fun is that? So, you know, I want to talk to you today about how you can become a published author and going through that process. But first, you know, what makes you qualified to share that with our guests? I know you have amazing credentials.
Well, you pretty much said them all already. I've been doing this professionally since 2013. And I've worked for a traditional publisher, a vanity publisher, which is like a self-publishing services company. I've started several of those companies, and I've run one of those and done independent consulting for, well, I used to run a vanity publishing company. I don't anymore. But I've done consulting and started other people's companies for the past 10 years or so.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm like so impressed with all your stories. Okay, so awesome. So, you know, why do you think someone should even consider writing a book?
Well, mostly it's there's a couple reasons, but what I specialize in is people who have a message to share to also help them in their own business. So it's not just a legacy that they want to leave for their family, like memoirs or poetry or something like that. It's what my specialty is more people who realize that to reach that next level in your business, you're going to need a significant special marketing tool. And there's nothing more amazing than to tell people that you're published, and because that just sets you up with so much more credibility as the go-to person in your niche.
Fantastic, and I totally agree. I think it's really important to leave, for leaving a legacy and getting your words out there. That's awesome. So, what makes you, Kristen, different in the marketplace? There's so many people that can teach you, but what specifically do you bring that maybe no one else does?
Well, most people who teach publishing and how to write and publish books, or write and publish Kindle books specifically, did one or two, and then people come to them and say, hey, can you teach me how to do this? And suddenly they see dollar signs and quick path to cash. That's not the case. You're going to learn from somebody who probably did not make all the mistakes that I made, and learn from those mistakes, and then learn the right way to do things. It takes some significant experience. You need to have someone with a lot of different types of experience under their belt, and for me particularly, I do have those 3 different areas of publishing, so I can cover all of them and tell people what to watch out for with each one, so that others don't get, they don't get, I just don't want to say screwed, because that's the case. I mean, that's what's going to happen in a lot of cases with traditional and vanity publishing, and also so that they can be set up for better success in the future.
Good point. That's awesome. So, tell me, because, inquiring minds always want to know, right, what has been your greatest challenge to overcome in your business of getting these books published?
My biggest challenge was actually last fall, when I wrote and published those 18 Kindle books in 18 weeks. And yeah, I actually did that. That was crazy. The biggest part of that challenge was I was challenged by my business coach at the time, Nicole Dean, and she really kicked my butt into gear. And there was some significant holidays, there was a family vacation, and there was a mastermind retreat all during those weeks. So for 4 of those weeks, I had to write 2 books during those weeks. And I didn't sleep much. I ate a heck of a lot of chocolate. And it was a huge challenge to do something that no one else would even try, because it's absolutely crazy. And that is what set me on the map as being really the expert and showcasing the expertise I knew I already had. And it took just something incredible, something that most people wouldn't even think about doing, to make that happen.
So then, do you think that that was your greatest triumph as well as your greatest challenge, or has
surviving through it was my greatest triumph? There was a lot of challenges with it. I mean, there's challenges with my health. I started karate during that time, and I decided, you know what, why not add another thing to my plate?
Keeps you well versed.
Yeah. But there's been a lot of ups and downs and challenges. In the past, I've had family issues where I lost a lot of family members all at once, and it was very tragic. So, I've been through the personal tragedy and dealing with the business transition during that time. I've done many different transitions in my business. I'm actually in one right now where I'm transitioning out of done-for-you services and more into training and coaching, and which is actually more my passion and my heart. And so, the fact is, if a business doesn't change, it doesn't grow. And there's no point to trying to keep doing the same thing over and over again, because you're going to stay in the same spot.
Great point. Now, when it comes to publishing, Kristen, do you find that there are specific roadblocks that typically prevent people from getting started?
Yeah, the biggest roadblock is perfectionism and procrastination, which to me go hand in hand. I actually wrote one of my books about that. And the fact is that if this is something that really helped me, my very first business coach ever told me this when I was having trouble getting started with a project. He said, who are you? Like, who do you think you are that you are so good that you are going to hide your message from the world and not help these people? Like, who do you think you are?
Wow, that is...
I was like, whoa, that just flipped everything on its head. So when I think about procrastinating or my own perfectionism getting in the way, I think about that moment where I realized, I am not all that I should keep my message from the world. Your message is meant to help people to change lives, and whether it's a business how-to book or a self-help book or whatever it is, there's something that you have that these people need, and they're asking for it. So deliver it.
Right on. That's awesome. So, and I love that. Who are you?
Who do you think you are?
Wow.
You're that important to shut your mouth and not help these people.
Well, and that's a different twist on something, and that's a great way to do it. So, I 200 publishing companies that you've started. Wow, I'm so
200 books and ebooks, 50 publishing companies.
Oh, 50. Okay, sorry.
I lost track after 50.
That's fine, but yeah, I get it.
It's just still a lot.
It is, but you were knowing that that's even possible, and then having somebody with that type of background to be able to learn from, that I could be able to learn from. I think that's amazing. So it's awesome. So are there some specific strategies that are like maybe keys to unblock roadblocks that stop people from being successful that you can share?
Oh man, there's so many different ways to do that.
Just a couple.
Just a couple. One of them is something that I do is I use tools in my business. So something like timetrade.com. One of the reasons why I didn't do coaching for so many years was because I couldn't figure out how to schedule people into my calendar and not be overbooked, because every time I tried it, I'd double book myself. So I use the tool timetrade.com, which is like, I don't know, $50 a year, if that. It's very inexpensive, and it syncs up to Google Calendar and lets me have as many different calendar and appointment schedulers as I want. So I can fully customize it, and I'll send out something, a link to somebody to go schedule a session, and they can schedule it. And then the other thing is, a lot of times we get hooked up in or get stuck in not being able to conquer something, like whether it's how to use a plugin or how to do something specific in our business. We get stuck, and NAMS, where we met, is so good for this in teaching people the tools they need and the software they can use, and then how to use it so that they can get unstuck. But there's still people like me out there that are like, I can't figure it out in 5 minutes. I am not even going to try messing with this. And so that's where outsourcing comes in. And believe it or not, the first two things I ever outsourced was my housekeeping and my accounting, my bookkeeping. Those two things freed up my time so much that I was able to triple my income the month I hired housekeepers, and I tripled it again the month that I hired a bookkeeper, and I've not looked back.
Wow.
I highly suggest, most people think about a virtual assistant with outsourcing, which I do have those too now. But the first things I outsourced were the things that were just constantly nagging at my brain saying, you need to go clean the bathroom, or you need to file those receipts. And I was spending so much mental energy on that I couldn't even think about sitting down and writing or working on a project.
I got it. Well, those are really great strategies. Thank you for sharing them.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So now what do you have coming up in the next 90 days? What's happening for Kristen? Are you launching anything?
Yes. I started this little thing called the Kindle in 30 Challenge. And in fact, you'll see a lot of things on Facebook from my friends who have jumped on the challenge bandwagon and created their own different kinds of challenges, which is really fun. And the Kindle in 30 Challenge actually was created in January, and it was is a month-long challenge. It's a live course, and we run it like a live course. So I'll have live Q&A calls and things like that. And the challenge is designed to take beginners through advanced, all the way through what they need to do to either get their book written and up on Kindle, if that's where they're at, even down to choosing their topic and not being confused by it, all the way up to the people who aren't selling books and don't know what they're doing wrong. So it teaches them the proper way, to set up their books and all that. And the entire challenge is, apparently it's in high demand because there's over 900 people in it. We have about 600 people in the Facebook group right now, which is a huge amount of interaction, and I just keep adding people to it. And I was only going to run it twice this year, and I had people beating down my door demanding for another one. So next year, the first challenge is in January, and we're in the early bird stage right now to be able to reserve seats to get into it.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic. So, you know, I want to get more into that, but, you know, if somebody got started publishing their book during your challenge, what could their life look like 30 days after their book is done, 90 days later, a year later?
Well, I have members that have seen a significant increase in their income, you know, their passive income. One member actually published 3 books so far in his series, because that's the whole thing is, you know, you can put a book up on Kindle, but it's not necessarily going to sell itself. With a series, your books start to sell themselves, because Amazon starts marketing for you, and it's less work for the author other than writing and publishing them. And that's what we focus on, is how to create the Kindle series. The one author I'm thinking of, I believe he's got his 3rd book up on Kindle now, and his series, his first book earned him more than triple what he paid to be in the challenge, and now it's consistently paying most of his smaller bills every month and growing. So passive income is huge. That's awesome. I mean, that's what mine do. I don't even hardly promote my books at all, and I've got most of my little bills covered, like even up to my car payment. They're covered every month. I don't have to worry about where that money's going to come from, which is really nice. Now, when I start actually pushing the marketing for them, that can significantly increase. And then another thing is credibility. I mean, a lot of our members have been able to joint venture with other people that they couldn't approach before because they didn't have the credibility to do that. So now they've got that added feather in their cap, per se, to be able to go after those people and say, hey, I'm an expert. Would you like to do something with me and partner with me? People who just wanted to get that dream check marked off their bucket list.
Right.
And they, you know, there's nothing like that feeling of, yes, I did it.
Perfect. So then, Kristen, who is your ideal client? Is it the person that is just getting started? Is it the person that has an idea? Is it someone who's already got books and doesn't know what to do?
Well, it's all of those people, but it is not writers. I don't work with what I call closet writers. A closet writer is someone who wants to sit in their closet, write all day, and pass their work off to someone else to do all the work from formatting, publishing, editing, all the way up to marketing it. I don't work with people of that mentality, because you have to understand that authors are the #1, well, when you become an author, so if you're a coach or a speaker or consultant and you write a book, you are the #1 source for marketing your book. And there is no one on this planet who is going to freely do that for you. It does, even in the traditional world, it doesn't exist anymore. So people with that mentality of, I just want to be a closet writer and not let the world know who I am or what I do, that's a problem, because they're not going to sell books. So, you know, my target market, they are speakers, coaches, and consultants. I don't work with, I mean, we do have some fiction writers and some children's book authors in the group, which is great. They're not my primary. The course has definitely helped them in getting what they need to get done. And my focus is on those who want to write nonfiction, like self-help and business how-to style or business books that want to use it as a marketing tool for their own credibility.
Oh, that's fantastic. So then, how do you typically work with them in this product specifically? I mean, getting the book to market in 30 days. How are you working with them? Is it all webinar driven? Is there coaching?
It's webinar and group coaching combined.
Okay, fantastic. And then, you know, is it self-paced, or do you drip feed the content on a daily basis?
Well, the beauty of the challenge is the live component to it, of having that deadline to get something done, and that drives a whole lot of people to actually get off their butts and do something.
Yeah.
So that's the #1 component, which is why we run it as a live event. Now, all the trainings are pre-recorded and loaded in the members area, but you don't get access to all of them at once. They're delivered weekly so that you're not overwhelmed, and that's the main issue. I don't want to overwhelm people, and the way I've structured it is to break it down into 3 different styles. Like, you have writing, publishing, and marketing. So those are the 3 different topics that we cover every single week, and we go up in level just like college. So you start at the 101 level and you end at the 401 level, and you graduate. And then, of course, graduates who complete the challenge will get a special gift in the mail that's really fun.
Awesome. Oh, so there's something in there. Oh, there's something special in there to all of those people that can complete the challenge. That's awesome. So, guys, if you want to learn more about Kristen's program, the link is right here. You can find it at gomindyourbusiness.com/book in 30. And I'm excited. I want to take this challenge. I want to get in there and get some books written and stuff for myself for the new year. I'm so looking forward to start a new direction for me. So I want you to join me in the challenge, you guys. Come on out and do that. So what physically, is there with the program? I know that there's a webinar that's offered for us, that folks that are just going to get started, right, Kristen?
Yeah, actually, there's a bonus webinar. It'll be, because there's, we have this big holiday called Christmas coming up. It'll probably be after Christmas. It'll be before January 1st, but I might end up having to be the day after Christmas or maybe the 23rd. I haven't looked at my calendar yet. But that webinar, I will take everyone through the process of the challenge, what to expect, and we'll handle some Q&As about what they're going to learn and which modules to focus on.
Oh, awesome. Oh, I'm really, really excited. I think this is going to be a great way for people to really jumpstart 2015 by getting some books out there, start to leave a legacy for themselves. And, I think we all have so much knowledge inside us about whatever it is that's our passion, and being able to get it out there for other people. So I just think it's great that you can help us find that thing and share it with others. It's so amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great fun. So cool. So again, guys, you can find that link by going right here to gomindyourbusiness.com/book in 30. Cool beans.
Oh, and before I forget, on that page at the top, you're going to see a webinar that I did. So it's a free 60-minute webinar.
Ooh.
And there's a coupon code to get a discount. It's because we're in the early bird stages. So the coupon code is the letter K. 30, the number 30, so 30, and the word early. So K30 early will get you $350 off the challenge, just as an early bird special.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm excited. I know our listeners are going to be really excited to get a discount as well. Thank you so much, Kristen.
You're welcome.
Overwhelmed. Fantastic. Cool beans. Is there anything else, Kristen, that you would like to share with us or leave our audience with today about publishing their own book or getting started or anything at all?
Well, I just want to encourage everyone. Because a lot of times life gets in the way, and that's one of the reasons why this event works so well, is because it forces you to make it a priority for the month of January. And you really need to make your goals a priority, but I also understand that life happens. I mean, we've had everything from deaths in families to people ending up in the hospital who are members of the challenge, and I just want to encourage you not to give up. Just because you can't finish the challenge on time because life happens does not mean that you're a failure. So keep that in mind, and that's something I will stress all the way throughout the challenge. Yes, I want everyone to succeed, and I also understand that timing is everything.
That's fantastic. Well, and I appreciate you coming and sharing with us today and spending some time with us so we can get to know you and all about your products and everything. Thank you so much for being a part of our program.
Thank you for having me, Terry. It's been my pleasure to be here.
Oh, it's fantastic. And guys, thank you so much for spending time out of your day and sitting down with Kristen and I and learning more about getting your book written and published. And I encourage you to join me on the Kindle Challenge. I think it's going to be great. We can all learn and grow together because I'm going to do it. So come and do it with me. We can all support each other. And one more time, Kristen, thank you for joining us today. I'm so glad that you did. Yay. It's also fun. And guys, on Go Mind Your Business, I'm always looking to talk with movers and shakers in the industry. So if there's someone that you want me to get with and bring them to you, please let me know. That's how we grow. That's how we learn from people who are really doing great things online. I try to bring you the best people that I know. I hope that you continue to enjoy this holiday season. I will be back next time on Go Mind Your Business. And you guys have a great day. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. All right. Where's my... Here we go.
Thank Thank you for listening to Go Mind Your Business with Terri Bork, presented by Extreme Marketing Concepts. If you want to drive more traffic, dominate the market, and crush your competition, find out how by visiting our website, www.extrememarketingconcepts.com. And join Terri next time for another episode of Go Mind Your Business.